And we're on. Hello, listeners. Welcome back to another episode. Yet another one of this shit. I don't know. That's perfect. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Mark.
I'm Troy.
I'm Mario, but damn, bro, you're fucking loud.
You gotta do that again.
No. The fuck? What the fuck do you think this is professional?
And we are on episode what?
14.
14,
You're
bro.
doing very terrible at this today. This Troy to make you nervous.
Fucking Troy.
So I'm a little sick, and I usually do the intro, and I'm sorry about it. If you can hear it in my voice, I don't know. After we actually were I don't even want to talk.
All right, we just started. You got your shout outs ready?
Yeah. I'm a little rusty. Can y'all give me an excuse?
I gotcha.
Hey, we haven't recorded in like what, 3-4 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah.
We took a break. Needed break.
We took a very, very, very long needed break.
I haven't touched a mic all month.
What?
I haven't touched a mic all month.
Yeah, he hasn't. I mean, we all haven't. We've honestly been enjoying a little bit vacation before we go into our last couple of episodes, and I'm glad that y'all are still with us. Glad about. Oh my God, do I sound cringy?
It's depression season. Take care of yourselves. But
all right. So
shout
I
out.
need a shout out.
Yeah, we have a lot of people to shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out listeners, reviewers, the talkers, commenters, likers, haters, lovers, what have you. Do want to give special shout outs to our fellow podcasters. The breaks, obviously, Aaron Knight, Fresh, and Confucius Jones, and the 2-hour lunch break with Nick and Suze. They're very dope podcasts. You check them out, and very good friends of ours. So shout out them. Who else?
Man, everybody got the podcast nowadays, huh?
Yeah,
We're going to need to nail our intro a little better.
Yeah,
We're
Mark.
Stick out.
Do
Sorry,
better.
guys.
Do better.
Sorry guys, I'm just really sick.
Shout out them. Shout out everybody in Austin doing something. There's everywhere. It's a beautiful year for Austin. Everybody's been working.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Certified.
Yeah. Loved Certified. He was in a bad altercation that happened. But he's great. Luckily, thankfully, he's well and fine now. So shout out Certified. And I will never understand how there'd be people evil enough to come for people like that.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Shout out Janae
Teddy.
Aiko.
And Big Sean.
Thank you for interrupting me.
Sorry.
Thanks. Shout out to Janae Aiko
And Big Sean.
and Big Sean.
For both to be able to coexist in a world.
They make it okay to be toxic.
Yeah. Cause you know last episode what I called Janae toxic.
You
And
call everybody toxic.
I'm here to double down on that. She's very, very toxic. But that's okay.
They're
we
both
love her. We love her for that.
It's like an open relationship.
Yeah.
It's like
They got like blurred the lines between lovers,
Well,
friends, and
I mean,
whatever
they
else.
have the right to coexist with each other, and
they're mature is what you're
Yeah.
saying. We just do not we're
It's a
so
mature,
feeble minded we do
toxic
not understand the
relationship.
concept of living like regular adults.
yeah.
Everything has to be an issue. We need to talk
shout
about
out,
this.
Miles Garrett.
Who?
Miles Garrett.
The guy that
Oh.
fucking hit his
The guy
fucking
that
helmet.
beat up the other guy with the helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out him.
Yeah, the
I
other guy's a
don't like
fucking
Mason
racist.
Rudolph. That guy seems like an asshole.
He's a Trump supporter, ain't he?
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, he's white.
I can't. Yeah.
That doesn't
I
make you a
can't-
Trump supporter, but what he's been posting, he makes him a Trump supporter. He is a Trump supporter.
Nothing
Just
wrong.
because he's white.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But being a Trump supporter and an asshole.
He's like a frat guy that never grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Amarion. You know what's going on with Amarion?
Yeah, he's very, very mature.
Yes.
Not letting anything get to him, apparently.
I have no idea what's going on.
Amarion's B2K coworker, Lil Fizz, got with his baby mama. How do you feel about that?
I mean, if you're mature, you can get whoever you want.
Yeah.
Everybody's just expecting a reaction out
Yeah.
of Mario.
Can I get with your baby mama
I don't have one.
when you have one?
I don't care. I mean, unless you don't fuck
You're,
up.
you have a big Amarion energy right now. Shout out
I know.
To you. Last shout out Summer Walker, fighting social anxiety. How do you feel about that?
I understand. I mean, it just sucks because a lot of people understand it and they're like, cool, do you think? Because she canceled her tour and she's just awkward, and then other people are just trolling her, making fun of her.
It's kind of
It's
like
funny, but it's fucked up because you do have to understand.
it's funny how people pick and choose whose anxiety matters and whose doesn't. And I think it's kind of fucked up. Like, oh, we can make fun of Summer Walker, but God forbid you make fun of Mac Miller or something like that. You know?
Well, that's because he's dead. You can't make fun of a dead person.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. Oh,
I honestly have one thing I want to shout out. Shout out to the Patriots for winning today.
Can we cancel this episode?
I'm wearing the jersey and I'm wearing the Boston
Who
Red
they
Sox.
beat?
They beat the Cowgirls.
Barely, the Cowboys.
No, the Cowgirls. They still
Man,
lost.
Dak Prescott.
A win is a
sucks,
win,
dog.
no matter how much Tom Brady paid the fucking refs.
Yeah.
But anyways, honestly, we have another guest. Mario, if you want to introduce him.
Today we have a very special guest. We have somebody in Austin who is a musician, business owner, entrepreneur, inspirational to everybody, especially myself. Chef Dose, welcome.
Better at these introductions. No hidden messages. Pharaoh with the Uzi barrel. Hit up my ops.
What up, my man?
How's it going, brother?
Crooked cop. Roadblocks and traps be set. You heard all over.
Good. Sorry for that rough intro you just witnessed.
Nah, the intro was good. I enjoyed everything
working
about
Trust
it.
me, I would have been done a lot better if I wasn't.
I had to take over, and I'm not doing any better.
Yeah, you know, the intro was smooth. I enjoyed everything about it except for the part about the Patriots winning the thing.
Yeah, see?
Gotta admit.
Thank you.
But y'all gave a shout out to somebody. You know, Confucius Jones is. I wanted to personally shout him out too because I haven't been on his platform yet, even though a truth about me and Confucius Jones is that we share a brother.
What?
Oh,
We share a brother. My
What?
little brother is also his little brother, although Confucius Jones and I are not personally related. We share a
Just
brother.
happens to be.
yeah.
His
That's funny.
His half brother is my half brother. It's
Oh.
just on opposite sides of things. You know what I'm saying? And so
Small world.
it is a small world. But yeah, I just wanted to shout him out too.
Shout out Confucius. Hopefully you'll be on soon.
How you
Wink,
feeling
wink.
today?
He better hurry up.
How you feeling today?
I feeling good, man. I'm chilling, man. I was just, it's a Sunday. My Lions lost. But
Miami.
yeah,
Yeah, rub it in his face.
If I could say,
it's all bad, but but honestly, it's a beautiful day. It was a nice day today.
It was.
It was.
Beautiful weather
has
out,
been-
and you guys invited me on here, so I'm honored to be here, and I'm chilling.
I'm happy you're here. So for
we're
all
honored
the,
for you being here.
Appreciate that.
For the listeners, Chef Dose, tell the listeners who you are.
and the viewers.
All right. Well, so I am a minority business owner here in Austin, Texas. I got the only black-owned pizza business in Austin, Texas. It's called The Slice, and we are best known for the chicken and waffle pizza, which is a recipe that I created along with a friend of mine from scratch. And yeah, that's what, we started out the crib, and now we've got quite a bit of traction in the city as far as people who are aware of our movement, and we're doing some all right things, but we've been faced with some obstacles on the financial side, as far as getting funding and whatnot, and that's due to a lot of the economic changes that are taking place in Austin, which I'm sure we'll touch base on.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that's me, Chef Dose. Also, before the food business, I was pretty well known out here as a rap artist. I've been rapping since I was a teenager, and DOS is what I went by or go by. And, I put out several projects, legitimately through iTunes, all of your digital platforms that your kids are into nowadays. But I actually came from the era of hustling out the trunk and posting up in front of 7-Eleven and harassing the
trunk.
fuck out of you until you buy my shit.
There's a couple of people over here in Dove that do that.
You know
I
what
mean,
So, that's me, man.
whenever I'm sorry, I know I said I wasn't gonna talk a lot, but I guess before we were recording, you were saying that you were like slinging pizzas and it was illegal. What the fuck is up with that?
Well, you know, slinging pies is illegal, dog. Come on now.
I honestly, I didn't even know that was illegal.
You didn't know slinging pies was illegal?
I didn't even know slinging like.
You ain't never heard no Jeezy album, man?
No.
No, I'm playing. Nah, so basically what I'm saying is, like, when I first started with the pizza business, it was something kind of happened by accident because we were doing something kind of similar to what you guys are doing, trying to provide a platform for artists and particularly rap artists and comedians here in the city. And so what we were doing is doing that through food. It was me and a buddy of mine named Jet Black. Shout out to Jet Black. And he and I came up with an idea to basically you know how you watch Food Network and all that, and you watch it and you might be into a show, you know, because they got the countdown going. You want to see who's gonna win and all that, but you know how many people you see on those shows that look like us, man, that represent, you know, what we represent.
Yeah.
You know, got a hip hop background and all that.
They just
So-
take our foods and make it their own.
Yeah,
style.
try to put their own thing on it. That's a whole nother conversation. But,
Yeah.
you know, they gentrifying our food and shit. But yeah, man, basically we came up with an idea to create a platform where we filmed a cooking show, but it wasn't boring. It was just like, you know, about the topics that we like to discuss in between making the
I like
pizzas.
that.
Yeah, in between making the pizzas, what we would do is we would keep the discussions pretty much between sports and
Pop culture.
hip hop and you know, comedy.
Yeah.
My partner that I was doing it with, Jet Black, he was a comedian, or he is a comedian, and so what we would do then is invite local artists, rappers, and comedians over to the house, and then we would mic up after everybody have good food. We get the B-roll footage, everybody eating, enjoying themselves, and then after that, we mic up and do live interviews. And so that's how it became a thing. That was just something that we did on Sundays, you know, just for fun at the crib,
Yeah.
because, you know, started right there in 2-3, man. And, you know, we would just do it. I was working at Apple at the time, so it was like, man, I'll work all week and look forward to Sundays, you know, because we just going to kick back and chill. Everybody drink, just like how you guys
Yeah,
doing it
this
right
is what
now.
essentially this same
Yeah,
concept.
I love this type of shit right here, you know.
Organic.
And exactly, that's how you get the best out of people. But yeah, that's how it started. So it was an accident. So getting back to you, what you were addressing, I had to make a decision basically after the show, because I would always post pictures of the food and stuff like that. Yeah. And then people would be like, "Man, that food look great, but I don't rap and I ain't no comedian, so you know, you never invite me. You don't invite me to the crib." And I just want to point out that at the time we had everybody from every clique that you can think of in rap music, and they'll bring their entourages and their cousins or whoever the hell else. And I just want to point out that I never, not once, had no fight in my crib.
all
Nobody
love.
never disrespected my crib. Nobody never took nothing out of my house.
Respect.
Like, straight up. And I don't know that there's too many people that could put that together like that. But yeah, so basically I would post the pictures of the food, and then people would get in my inbox and be like, well, how do we get that food? And I'm like, dog, I don't sell pizza. You know I work for Apple. You know. And so one day I said, you know, we came up with this chicken and waffle pizza, me and my buddy Jet Black. And it was so crazy, like on the episode that we did it, and people enjoyed it so much, I was like, let's try it again. And then we tried it again on a different episode, same reaction. So I was like, when people started hitting my inbox, and then we finally wrapped up all the episodes that we were going to do, I said, all right, well, let me just try something here. I made that chicken and waffle pizza available. I put a post on Facebook, like, I'm going to make chicken and waffle pizza. And I was in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this for like 2 weeks and see what happens. You know, man, inbox went crazy.
Wait, so it's like a waffle pizza with chicken on it, or is it pizza with waffles and chicken on it?
So yeah, that's that's the question I get the most about that.
Because I've never heard of a
Yeah, low
chicken
key.
and waffle
It's
pizza.
crazy. It's crazy. But look, no, so the crust tastes just like a waffle.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The crust tastes like a waffle. And then the sauce, you know, because I know when you think pizza, you think red sauce, right? You think,
Yeah.
or
they-
maybe
but-
a white sauce, you know.
Yeah.
But this is a smoked Gouda based cheese sauce that goes on it. It's the actual sauce.
Gouda's pretty expensive.
I mean, you know, so is
Only
my
the
pizza.
finest.
Yeah.
There you go.
So is my pizza. I got gentrification prices on my pizza. Nah.
I love it.
But yeah, man. So smoked Gouda based cheese sauce, and then my fried chicken recipe, and it's spicy. You know, so it's spicy and sweet, and then there's a maple glaze that goes on the top. That's crazy.
Damn, I'm getting hungry now thinking about it.
Yeah, man. So people like it.
I still got, you know what? I'm actually going to have to get that. Well, I mean, before,
We'll
you
have
know,
to
I'm going to
order
have to get
some.
a pizza like that.
Yes, you should.
You still in Austin, right?
Yeah, I'm still in Austin. Unfortunately, that's temporary.
Yes.
But yes, I am still here. You can still get a pizza from me for like about a month, another month.
You hear that? We're gonna try to release this as fast as we can. But y'all better order some because you're gonna have to go to Detroit to get some.
If you don't mind, I want to do this segment real quick. It's one of our first segments of what are we drinking. We're gonna start with you.
Oh man, I'm on the Tecate right now. The Cerveza Tecate, you know.
They got a retro can.
Retro edition.
You got the retro can.
We're in
Edition retro.
We're in a Mexican movie from the 80s and 70s.
Oh man, I'm not a Tecate fan.
Yeah.
I got into it because
The can I'm on makes it look good, but I know that it's not.
Yeah.
I know Tecate is trash.
What? Oh, we got
Trash.
bold
I
statement.
would drink
Yo, this is the guy that's drinking Michelob
Thank
Michelob
you. Thank
Daddy.
you.
Ultra.
Hey, man.
That's ultra
We
trash.
started this podcast.
Mario?
I'm doing the same. I'm drinking Tecate.
You know what I'm saying? My brother.
What?
Yeah.
Cheers.
See.
And Mark?
Sprite.
You already called me out. I'm drinking Michelob. I do got some Sprite and Ghost Lager mixed up in here.
Ooh,
What?
Ghost
This the
combo.
combo they love to hate. Yeah, this shit good.
Every
Man,
combo's the one they hate.
What are you in high school?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At
He
heart.
got flakes in his Sprite.
What
Yeah,
is the
gold,
other one?
real
What
gold
is the
flakes.
other one?
So, wait, before anything, I'm drinking Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. This is like 9%. I'm already feeling it a little bit. I'm sorry about my voice being so fucking cringy. And we do got Ghost Lager. I drank the rest of my roommates' Ghost Lager, and then bought him a new one, and guess what? I'm going to drink that shit again.
Hell yeah.
What is the other type that's similar as Gold Lager that Devin used to?
Oh, the fucking, what's the fucking
Who is
retarded
Devin?
ass fucking drink?
Who is Devin?
Yeah,
roommate.
Rumpspringer or something like that.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, Rumpelskin.
I went to this
Rumble
barbecue. Was it 4th of July or Labor Day party that they had down the street, and Bun B was hosting it. And he was there just chilling with everybody, and I went up to him, took a picture, autograph, and all that. And I had lost a bet, so I had shots of Rumpel, and I was like, "Fuck, this is Bun B. I had to try to offer him a drink." So I was like, "Hey, Bun, you want a shot?" He was like, "What is it?" I was like, "It's Rumpel." He's like, "What's that?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to define this sort of liquor. It's not malt. It's not vodka. I don't know what it is. And he was like, no, I can't do it. I don't know what that is. And I was like, fuck. So I had to take both of those shots. So Rumpel's nasty, bro.
You think you could just get
You
Bun
ever
B
had,
in
had
these
Rumpel
shots?
before?
Nah, I ain't never even heard. I'm like Bun B on that. I'm like, what's that?
It's a white people drink on the cool.
Hey,
White people drink.
if I can say you're the first guest in probably like 3 that's been able to drink with, two episodes that's been able to drink with us because
We've
the
had a
last
few
two-
people
yeah.
who like keep up there because there's been previous episodes where we get drunk and then a lot of the guests don't get drunk with us, but we've had some guests that really get drunk with us, and that's always fun.
Oh, brother, let me tell you something. Whatever you drinking, I'm drinking. Let's go.
I love to hear that.
Bet.
All right. The next segment we're going to is music. Anything that's came out, anything that I want to. So you're a hip hop artist, right?
Yeah.
Let's skip the new music.
Yeah. If I was to say, what influence do you have in music whenever you
Music?
listen to it?
Okay. Well,
What you grow up on?
I grew up on. Man, I'm gonna show my age with this shit. All right. Well, so I grew up on like the mid '80s to late '80s, and all through the '90s is my era, man. I ain't even gonna front. I'm a payphone ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like a beeper. Like nah. But I saw hip hop all through the golden era.
Since it was birth.
And so when I was growing up though, like my parents, they had of course 12 inches and 45s of 70s music.
Yeah.
Mainly my mom, she loved the Temptations, she liked the 60s stuff, but really the 70s was a lot of what I heard. Parliament Funkadelic, Stevie Wonder, Big
Yeah.
Baby Huey, that sort of stuff, you know what I'm saying, I grew up with. And so it's crazy because even though that's not my era, a lot of the music that I listen to in my leisure time is 70s soul. Like
Motown, so?
Well, yeah, of course, Motown,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But when I think Motown, I think more of like the 60s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 70s, I'm talking like,
Funk.
Yeah, that funk, that like, like everything from Little Richard is way before then, but everything from like what's my man?
Rick James.
Rick James. There you go, Rick James.
Ooh.
Parliament Funk.
Parliament
Parliament
Funkadelic. Like I said, Big Baby Huey. Like that's and even Roy Ayers. That like all of that is my shit. Minnie Riperton. You know, I zone out on a lot of that kind of stuff.
I'm assuming you were a fan of Childish Gambino's that one album he had where it was like mostly fun.
The one where he had a daylight.
Yeah. And then,
Redbone.
And then To Pimp a Butterfly too.
No, you
had
know
a lot
what
of
though?
fun.
He had some dope shit on there, but there was a couple of them that was like, yo, what are you doing, bro?
Hit or miss, right?
Yeah, but man, definitely the song Redbone is fucking great.
Oh, yeah, I love that song.
Hey,
You
fun
like
on
To
that.
Pimp a Butterfly as well.
I don't mean
yeah,
to
yeah.
cut you off real quick. I'm gonna pour my next. It's the 20-minute mark. We're gonna
I
pour our
feel like
first
we just
shot,
took a
but just
shot.
keep on talking.
This is the
Let's
dose
get it.
shot.
Yeah.
But so obviously being
Hey, Mario, what kind of shot you want? The Ghost Lager or the Jägermeister?
Man, I'm gonna let you pick, man.
surprised him.
I'm
I
on
wanna-
y'all's platform.
I'll take
I told you I'm
Jaeger.
drinking
I'll
whatever
take
y'all
Jaeger.
pouring.
So
Like,
I'm,
that's
I'm
real.
assuming since obviously you've been a rapper or, here in the city and came
Right.
up with a lot of the OGs in Austin.
Oh, big
Do you
facts.
still keep up with the scene or see what's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah, I do. I check in. You know what's crazy is like I have 2 Facebook pages. I had to create 2 because on my main Facebook page, you know, everybody knows me as a rapper. So it's like on that page, I still got nothing but rappers on there. So that's I pay attention to everything that's going on. So I stay in tune with that. And then my other page, of course, is for my food.
Yeah.
And
Business.
yeah, it's all business. But yeah, you know, I can't not be in tune with it because even some of the dudes that are younger than me still reach out to me for like perspective on certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was out here as a young dude off the porch, man, early. I'm talking about I was in high school doing shows on 6th Street and then going to school the next day, you know?
Damn.
Like,
Yeah.
for real. Like, I've really been out here since a youngster.
How long ago was that?
Oh, you need to stop.
You know, you could-
I put it to you like this. I put it to you like
Question,
I
Troy.
put-
What's your question? You always ran.
Nah, I put it in the 70s thing, but the thing I wasn't born in the 70s. You know what I'm saying?
no.
Wait,
I
so
wasn't-
when were you born? I mean, how old are you?
God damn it, what y'all doing, man? What y'all doing on this show, man? Look, nah, you know what? I'm not even ashamed of my
You're
age,
26,
bro.
ain't you?
Nah, man, I look 26, but I'm 37. You know what I'm saying? I'm 37.
We
years
get a
old,
lot
bro.
of young people, but it's nice to have like people
Mature.
that are mature and that know,
Yeah.
you know, that
Just don't
been
call me
through all
old,
this
bro.
stuff. I don't
I'm like,
feel
watch what you
I-
say.
You got a
don't-
Patriots
don't.
jersey on, and you call me old? Nah,
I feel
nah, I'll just play it. Nah, but man, you know what? To get older and wiser is a blessing. You know, everybody gonna get there.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is that I'm somebody who I was out there real early, so I had a real front seat to
And
some
you have,
grown
you
shit.
I've had you as a friend on Facebook for a long time, but you have hella stories too. I've always seen these stories
That's
that
right.
you post. That you've been in the most
Yeah.
randomest shit ever that I've
Oh
seen,
man, my brother used to tell me I should write a book. You know
bro.
what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to the wise.
no doubt.
Shout out to the youth. Shout out to you being a guest on our show. I hate that shit. If
I feel good.
I was gonna say, you're from Detroit and you came to Austin. When did you come? Damn, the fucking
all right?
Sorry.
Yo, I got you right here. Look. So once upon a time, nah. But no, my parents migrated to Texas from Detroit. You know, in search of so I don't know. Here's a history thing. You know, Detroit in the 80s.
I don't think it was good, was it?
It was not.
Yeah,
It was actually murder capital.
Yeah.
but now Chicago.
Or Chicago, New Orleans.
It's actually the murder capital right now is actually St. Louis. Believe it or
Wow.
not.
That's wild.
Yeah, and Detroit is still in the top 5.
Yeah.
But my point is that a lot of people left Detroit, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. You'll go anywhere in this country and you'll find people who are originally from Detroit. You know, and it's for that
I'm sorry. Was Detroit part of the railroad industry or steel industry?
automobile industry. It's the
Automobile-
Yeah,
center
yeah,
of the
it's the
American
Ford-
automobile
and then they
industry.
crashed, right? And so
That's right. So you guys have seen that in more recent years. You know, I know you guys are younger, but that's what y'all seeing in like 2008.
I just
2009.
remember
It's
from my
like
history
everything.
classes, it was like one of those like what it
Eminem.
was known for.
He's working
Right.
in a Ford industry.
It's where the very first American automobile was ever made,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So a lot of people migrated there from the South
Yeah.
for work, in the industrial industry and in the automobile industry. So and then a lot of people fled there when those industries crashed, and a lot of people, the unions, they did away with the unions and stuff. People lost their jobs, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what happened in Detroit. Now, I want to say though, on Detroit's behalf, that there's a resurgence right now that a lot of people are unaware of. It's actually making a comeback. It's already hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
So there's nowhere else to go but up.
Yeah. I fucking love that fucking phrase. That's what I tell people. I was like,
Yeah.
if you hit rock bottom, there's no other way to go. And you got your worst, just fucking go up.
That's the big facts.
But
So
they've been bailed out a lot, right?
yeah, they received
A
a
lot.
bailout, if you would say. But the thing about it is they definitely deserved that, and it never should have got that bad in the first place. They turned their back on Detroit, but Detroit is a real American story about what can happen in any city in this country.
It's
Man.
not planned correctly.
When the powers that be decide that you don't matter no more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out
Fucking
Detroit,
east
man.
side of 35.
So
They're the only city that's
big
allowed to
facts.
beat Detroit versus everybody.
So like
Right.
I'm gonna go into this. Like the next one that we're gonna talk about is gentrification. Is that the reason why you're going back?
It's one of the major reasons.
Because I don't know if you know. I mean, they're gonna put a domain on Riverside, and
Right.
you've been living in Austin to consider yourself an Austinite, and I've been living in Austin my whole life, so I am an Austinite.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that's happening that are just pushing the East out more, pushing people to Del Valley. They're putting the HEB in Del Valley. I don't know if you know that. I'm from Del Valley.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I just moved from over there.
Yeah, and they're putting the HEB in Del Valley. They're putting like a ACC, and they're pushing everybody out of Austin, and they're driving up the prices so that people can't live there.
Right.
And it kind of sucks, especially people who've been living here their whole lives, and it's getting very expensive, and it's just because of gentrification. And
Even
were
if you
saying-
own your own home off of property taxes, it becomes too expensive, which is insane because property taxes shouldn't be about the same as
I mean, there's
mortgage.
we were
It's more than a lot of people's mortgage.
yeah, we
Depending
were
on where
talking
you
about
at.
Californians moving here. They're like, it's too expensive to live in California. I was like, it must be really expensive because for you to move to
Yeah.
Austin,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really expensive to live in Austin. So I guess I'm not making that much to even set foot in California.
They say in San Francisco, even if there's a household of two that are making $100K a year, that's almost poverty
That's not
considered.
enough. Damn.
Yeah, that's
Well,
insane.
yeah, in San Francisco. San Francisco
Wasn't it the first gentrified
Probably the worst
city?
of the bunch.
yeah, they've got something going on that's actually very unique, but it needs to be really addressed. Like
They gutted it took all the culture and just like it was
Well,
probably
yeah.
it seems like
well, they set the tone for the pattern of
Yes,
what you
yeah, yeah.
see that's happening everywhere as far as gentrification. And I just want to point out that it's not just happening in Austin; it's happening in a lot of places. It's happening, like I grew up my whole life going to New York.
Yeah.
My aunt lived.
That's me.
Yeah, my aunt lived in Queens for 25 years. So since I was born, like New York has been like a second home to me. I remember New York, the real old New York, like
Yeah.
before Giuliani, like when it wasn't safe to go to Times Square. Like
Yeah.
you could get
Oh,
robbed
shit.
in Times Square, fam. Like real talk.
Yeah.
And I watched them clean all that up. And not saying that there's anything wrong with that per se, but you got neighborhoods
the
that
right way.
have been black and brown for a very long time. And now, it's just like they would talk about how the brownstone that Biggie grew up in, that joint is worth $1 million. That's $1 million for
Just
that
because of
joint
him?
now. No, it has nothing to do with
Yeah.
him. That is
The
literally
location.
Just 'cause of
that
gentrification.
area over there. That's typical.
But at the
That's
time when
typical.
he was there, I'm sure it was like the cheapest you could find.
He said, thinking back on my run room shack, my mom pips an egg with Mings on the back. You feel me? Like, that you wasn't that wasn't
Yeah.
in $1 million
That's
house.
insane.
you know?
Hell no.
Yeah.
So
It's
Yeah.
not, it wasn't a luxury then.
No, because I want to live one day to be a New Yorker and just live there for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I think your time has passed, brother.
where your people from out there? Where?
I don't know anybody from New York. I just want to
Oh,
go there. I just want to
okay.
go there and like live there in order to be a New Yorker. I want to like live there and experience it.
You should.
And that is honestly my dream to live in New York.
We just came back from Chicago too, and that was a big topic from the locals. that they
We've
focused
never
on.
been anywhere north, ever.
That's
Like,
okay.
And after seeing Chicago, I was like, well, I mean, everybody honks at each other. I've never seen anybody
honk like
it's
crazy.
fucking crazy. Like I was like,
God.
bro, everybody's in traffic, everyone's honking, everybody goes around. If they're trying to take a right, they'll go around and it's like, dude, this is
I can
fucking
only imagine
insane.
New
Nobody,
York.
everyone's in a rush.
What's going on up there? Y'all mad about what?
No, it's not that. It's just
Too many people.
Well, it's more hustle and bust. It's more hustle and bust.
Okay.
The thing is, like, a lot of people that grow up in Austin don't realize that Austin is even unique in the state of Texas as far as how people are. People are more laid back here. They're more lackadaisical. They're less worried about where they got to be, how they're dressing, that sort of thing. Yeah. That is something that is rare. It's rare, and it's something that's unique to Austin in a lot of ways. And even if you go to Dallas, go to Houston, whatever, people are
fucking hate Dallas.
Are more ready to it's more hustle and bust. But then when you go up north, you know what I'm saying, people are more like that because the mentality, for whatever reason, Southern hospitality is a Southern thing. Yeah. So when you go up north, people are less willing to take up their time with small talk. Yeah. They want to just get to where they're going. Yeah. They want to, and think about a place like New York where a lot of people don't drive a car. You know what I'm saying? They got to get to where they're going on the train, and they got to catch the train. That's exactly what we did in Chicago. Oh yeah,
that was
get
fun.
the train at this time and get here. Yeah, it's fun when you're visiting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that shit every day.
You know what I mean? Like how
I get it.
It's just a rougher life, and with that, as human beings, we adapt naturally to our surroundings. Yes, and so that's why I say that it's okay if that's what you want to do. You want to go out there and do that shit because man, you only live once, and it provides you with a different perspective, and that's how you grow.
Yeah.
If I could say something, we actually have you ever been to Chicago? I mean, everyone's
hell yeah. So do you know how far Detroit is from Chicago?
Dude, we're in Texas.
It's only 4. So going to imagine going from Austin to Dallas. That's like going from Detroit to Chicago.
That shit sucks.
Damn.
To get out of fucking Austin, Texas, from Austin, it takes like 6 hours. It's like, bro, there's no other cities or states like out here. But coming from the north, like going from Ohio to Chicago,
it's nothing.
A day. It's less than a weekend trip. It's like
it's
nothing. I was gonna say. So we went to Chicago for a little vacation. And I've taken a vacation like a year. We went up there.
Before we went, I worked 30 days straight, dude.
Yeah, it was cold as fuck. Oh my god, that wind fucking.
You know what was fucked up? Every time we told somebody that was super cold, they were like, "Oh, this is nothing." Fuck God, dude.
Y'all there in the fall.
Yeah,
the winter ain't even hit yet. So people like.
No, the number one thing everybody told us, they're like, "Hey, where you from?" Like, "Oh, we're from Texas." What are you doing in Chicago? Like, what the fuck? The flight was like $100.
Why Chicago? Like, why not? Fuck it,
Yeah.
So. I had to fucking call, or I had to do a 7-Eleven because I wanted to drink that night. I had to.
Too fucking cold. The first
I had
night.
to do a to-go delivery order to get beer from a 7-Eleven to where we're staying at, which is in Chinatown. Cost $37. Because
it is expensive.
I could not go out in that cold. It was cold. I love the cold, but that was fucking cold.
And how far away was it?
It was probably about 2 miles away.
2 miles away. You paid $37 just to not fade the cold.
Dude, it's cold.
Like a true Texan.
Yeah, bro. Man.
No, but up there, everything's different, and I felt it. Like taking the trains, There's a story that we went and I got super drunk and
I lost Troy one night.
I told him he was just I'm gonna call an Uber and we were like, we're uptown.
You guys on the L train.
And I told him I was like, dude, let's just take the train.
I'll pay Uber.
I've never taken a subway.
You ran off.
I want to take the train home.
Ran. I was like, what the fuck?
We got a 3-day pass. Like, let's take the train. And he's like, no, let's take an Uber. How much you spend on the Uber?
Like $15. It was 3 or 4 in the morning. It was after hours. Like I was ready to go home. I was drunk. I was like, come on, let's just take the Uber.
The train was free because it was a 3-day pass. So I took the train back to Chinatown. And taking the train was basically the way to transportate. I was like, bro, this is fucking insane. I go anywhere in fucking Chicago and take the train. Boom. Yeah. Probably walk a block to my location.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, dude, Austin doesn't have this. It's Uber and Lyft everywhere.
Yeah, but, I mean, think about it. You don't have the other... ailments like it's not cold as a motherfucker here, right?
Yeah.
So you don't care if you take Uber or Lyft. Like if you want to go somewhere, 9 times out of 10 when people are taking Uber or Lyft in Austin, it's because they're too smacked to drive.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when people are up north, they're taking public transportation because it's actually convenient for them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, the other thing is that I did not know rush hour on a fucking subway or like a train.
Oh, dude, that was crazy.
No, because
that shit was
it's
packed.
because we
fuck.
honestly took the trains between like 9 and 12, and then
Yeah,
we took it
we
late.
would go to Lincoln Square. We started going to Lincoln Square a lot because we made a lot of friends there. But
hell yeah.
But yeah, we took the train up between 4 and 5, and it's just like, what the fuck? You can't. People were just scrambling, trying to shove it in. And like, I was like, hey, Mario, we had to take the next one.
Nah, I was like,
We
yeah,
took the
I'm
next
gonna
one.
do
It was still the same.
They were all packed.
I get it now. I'll be mad too all the time. That shit was happening every day. You know?
That's
And
what
then-
I'm saying.
And I grew up right in the Capital Metro here, everywhere, all over town. And it was never that bad. Like worst case scenario, I had to stand up and just hold on to the fucking.
What that lady say on the subway? Like,
One of the drivers of the train, it was just random as fuck. She started, you know how they have the speakers or whatever. She was yelling at some random person. I guess like something about get off them drugs. Whatever.
yeah, she's like, get off them drugs.
She was just like, it was funny. It
I
was
guess-
random as shit.
I guess the
like,
guy was trying to get on, but like the door was closed. He's like, get off them drugs. You need to stop getting on this train. I was like,
it just random
She must
shit.
have had a prior experience with him.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different. Like everything's different up north, and I'm just like, bro, if New York's like this, I kind of want it. I don't mind taking a subway at
Oh,
4
New
o'clock.
York is more intense than
You
that.
say that
Like,
now.
I seen the videos on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, New York is like that's really like everybody. I mean, most people in New York commute on a train.
Yeah.
You know,
Does Detroit have a train system?
Detroit,
Yeah,
they do downtown.
but it's just like straight
It's not
up.
as big as the cities.
Put it like this: the Metro Rail in Austin is more efficient. That's one thing.
Damn.
Well, you know, hey, let me let y'all know something, fellas. Detroit is the Motor City.
Okay.
Detroit is the Motor City,
true,
so you
that's
got to
true.
understand that you know it requires a vehicle.
Are vehicles a lot cheaper than out there then?
Yes, they are. You can
okay.
obtain a vehicle for cheaper.
Can
It's
you get a Cybertruck for
especially
cheap?
American.
Wait.
As long as it's American, no foreign. You
Yeah.
can't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the center. It was the center of the American automobile
No,
industry.
you're right,
Ford is
right.
still there. You know.
Wait, so a Ford truck here versus a Ford truck in Detroit. What's the difference?
Depends on if you got the connect or not. See, my uncle used to work for General Motors, so
Damn. I'm gonna go to
Nah,
Detroit
I'm
and buy a
just
vehicle.
playing. Nah, just in general though, like it's gonna be
An obvious difference.
well, it may not be enough to make it necessarily worth a trip up
Yeah.
there for that.
Yeah.
But yes, there will be a difference. But Detroit has a lot more to offer than just going up there to try to buy a car or whatever. You know, that's like I don't want to get it twisted. Like, and then also at the same time, I don't want to take anything away from Austin because this is a beautiful city. Like I grew up here, and
Each
honestly,
city has its own things.
yeah, man. Like Austin's changed a lot, but at the same time,
Still Austin.
like this is a beautiful place, man. Like me and my lady were just downtown on Lady Bird Lake, which is what they call it now. But when we was growing up, they called it Town Lake.
Yeah.
But Lady Bird Lake, man, and just enjoying like the scenery, and that's where we go to exercise and stuff like that. And I was just thinking like, yo, I'm really gonna miss this shit right
The
here.
little things,
Like,
man. It's the little things.
yeah. So, you know, yeah, our neighborhoods and streets and traffic don't look the same, but some things have always been here, and it's just like a secret that gets out.
Yeah.
And it was our secret before, but now it's like everybody knows about it, and they all want in on it.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but I'm not gonna be here for the raping. You heard?
Yeah.
Are you gonna miss the summers?
Hell no, man. The summer is my least favorite time out here. Yo, every summer, I like right about. It don't even gotta be June. It got it's like late May, and I'm like, yo,
Fucking May,
yo,
April,
fuck
you
this
like-
place.
Hey guys,
I love the heat, bro.
I would-
I hate that shit.
our electricity bill was like $500. It was
Oh
like,
my
bro.
god, yo. I like it cold, man. I ain't gonna front.
Oh,
Man.
I do. I like it cold, but fuck.
To me-
that cold in the north is fucking.
Well, Chicago, you went to the windy city, so
Yeah,
they got the
exactly.
cold.
The
with
wind
the
makes all the
wind.
dude. As soon as we got off the train the first day, it just hit us in the face.
Smacked
We were like,
you, right?
we ran back inside. We're like, what the fuck was that?
there was snow everywhere. I was like, bro, I've only seen snow like twice in my life. It's everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Hey, but quick shout out to we ended up at a local bar. What was it the Clipper over there in
Yeah,
Germantown?
the Clipper.
Shout out Christy, Mikey, Dean,
Christiana,
Frankie.
Kyle.
We made a bunch of badass friends out there.
Shout
so
out to y'all. Hopefully y'all actually watch this because we are.
or listen, but they're cool ass people.
Wait,
Cool
so what's Detroit's lowest temperature that they could y'all get to? I mean, I've seen 8 Mile, but I mean,
Well,
I don't know if that's-
it's only like
Yeah,
3
8
hours
8
away, so
mile
that would
gives
seem as
you-
the same as
Yeah,
Chicago.
That's
it's like
Detroit.
4 hours from Chicago, but yeah, man, you know, just like Chicago, man, it's the same type of shit, man. Actually, it can get colder because if you look at the trend on the map, we're right next to Canada.
Well,
Yeah.
it gets pretty
So,
severe to like they say that if somebody's out there for a certain amount of time, they can die from just the cold, right?
Hypothermia, yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I seen negative, whatever.
Fuck
you know,
that.
like you
More
know,
than we can, the
just-
human body
just-
can.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey.
I seen hypothermia temperatures. Put it like that.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna pour the next shot. We're
I've
reaching
seen
that
heat
40-minute
stroke.
mark.
Just like
Oh,
heat
man.
stroke
Yeah,
temperatures.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
seen
we
that
got
out here.
that.
It's just as crazy to them. When you say,
Tomorrow's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be 80 degrees.
no, if you say tomorrow's going to be 104,
No,
you
fuck
know,
that.
like in the summer,
Fuck that.
Yeah.
you know, with the humidity and,
Yeah.
you know,
I guess
it
so,
make
yeah,
you,
yeah.
it make you feel like you walking around in the devil's mouth. and they're like, when you tell them those temperatures out there, they like,
Huh?
that's crazy. I never.
Yeah.
You know.
They couldn't do it. That's
So
how
it's
you
the
couldn't
same
get
thing.
cold.
It's like, you know what? In this country, I learned you got to pick your poison, man.
Yeah.
Everywhere got something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you go up north, it's cold.
It's no
You know what I'm
utopia
saying?
everywhere.
Yeah, if you go to the West Coast, the fucking ground moves. If you come down
It's on
here,
fire
you know
or
what I'm saying?
something.
Yeah, it's hot as fuck down here, and you might see a tornado or some shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Midwest.
It's like
Yeah.
everywhere you go, there's something, man. So you got to pick
Mother
your poison,
Nature,
man.
If I don't mean to stop you, we're gonna
Mother
pour the next
Nature's a
shot.
woman, you
It's
can't
the
run away
40-minute
from her.
mark. Y'all keep on going.
Let's get it.
One thing I did want to get into that I had been asking people through the week because it's been a very, I guess, big topic considering we're reaching the end of the year, the end of a decade, if you will. And the question has been, what is the album of the decade? And that is a very difficult question to answer considering a decade is a long time. A decade is a long time. A lot can happen in 10 years.
I
A
was
lot
in
of
10th
music-
grade at the beginning of the decade. So.
Yeah, and now you're what, like 43?
We're 26.
we
now.
all three of us officially are now 26.
Yeah.
Scorpio season is over, unfortunately, but we're starting to realize what age comes with. Don't turn 26, y'all. I don't recommend it, please. It's all
This shit's
downhill after
real
that.
ghetto. I hate it here.
My back hurts right now. What the fuck?
Oh, y'all niggas is bugging. look, 26 was great for me, man. I had my kids right around then, and that's when I changed my life because I was out here.
Yeah,
I was really, really out here.
Yeah.
Like before that, forget about it. I was out here.
Okay.
So 26 was the year that was pivotal for me because that's the year that I had my first kid. My life changed and switched up. I became a family man, and I had to dumb it down and get on some.
Yeah, brother.
And that's for a lot of people's sake there.
Yeah.
That happened.
And I agree with that because the same as for me. Like, I did a lot last year, and this year a lot's been going on. So it is a transitional period. Early 20s to late 20s, I didn't realize it, but a lot is happening. I'm starting to think about a lot more serious stuff and trying to
Take
take
finally
things more
becoming an
serious.
adult.
I got
I'm
a cat.
trying, man. I'm thinking about stuff that I never thought I would
know
think
what you
about.
think
It's
about
hard.
when you would hit like wait a couple years, like you know what's crazy is like when you turn 20, right?
Yeah.
And you're looking at those first 5 years from 20 to 25. You're not thinking about shit except
No.
you're just thinking about the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's girls,
Yeah.
job, so I can support this shit,
Yeah.
right?
Live the lifestyle.
And then when you get 25, you're like, oh shit,
What am I doing in my life?
I'm 25. Does this? No, you say, what do I do in my life? But then you say, do I really got to think about grown shit? You know what I'm saying? And then you
Damn.
revert back. You know what I'm saying? You're still in that. And you're still in that. But then something happens, like right around 26, you start contemplating, and then it stay the same until you about 28, and then 28, you know, you start thinking about how you gonna go into your 30s. Because it's real then. Because you know 30s is approaching.
Yeah.
So once you get sort of like towards the end of your 28, you're like, how do I wanna come into my 30s?
Yeah.
That's when you start doing shit that you didn't think about in your early 20s. I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna start doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. You don't want to lose your mojo, man.
I always say like 25, I'm halfway up the hill, and once I'm up the hill, then
Man,
it's
stop it.
Stop.
There's so much more to offer. I'm telling you, man. I'm 37, bro. I can still squad with the best of them and hang with them. But you know what, though? I wake up in the morning and my back really do hurt. Y'all niggas ain't going through shit.
Well, here.
Hey,
Cheers
shout
to you, brother.
out to the
You know
journey,
what I
man.
mean?
Shout out to the journey. Life's a trip, but it's a fun one.
That's
Yes,
the goal,
it
baby.
is,
Let's get it.
man.
You know something crazy though? Before we go into the album of the decade, I did say I've had you for a while on Facebook. This year I took my first flight, rode the plane for the first time ever, and I was fucking petrified. And I do remember a few years ago I had it posted. I was like, oh man, I really want to travel. Like, how do I get this started? You had commented on my post, and you're like, hey man, it's easy to do. You know, so and so has special deals all the time. Look them up, get the flights.
That's
That's
right.
kind of like kicked it off, and then like
That's
so
right.
like. Thank you for that, because it really like
Absolutely, man.
He's been to Portland. He's been to New Orleans.
this whole
and he's
year.
been to fucking
Yeah, I went to Mexico, Portland, New Orleans, Chicago. I may go to Denver in a couple days. I just got the trouble bug hit
So
me.
let me
man.
ask you something. How has maybe you can't tell right now fully or whatever, but how has that helped shape you? Just those traveling experiences. How's that helped you go into
Just
change you?
It's a like, how do you explain? It opens my mind more. It makes me think a lot more. Like, be more considerate. Like, growing up I was very ignorant, and so it's helped me be more open minded, be thoughtful, responsible. Helps plan ahead a lot. So like, there's a lot that goes into it. I used to be able to. We go to New Orleans every year, so we kind of do that on a whim. So, but these other bigger trips that are you have to fly and catch trips and stuff like that, you have to plan ahead. And
You feel more worldly. You feel more worldly.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Yeah, you don't feel like you're still in the box that was presented to you and it's nobody's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like however you grew up or whatever like that, but you feel like you're taking charge as a grown man.
Yes.
For how your perspective on things and what
And
you
it's very refreshing being in a whole new city. Like there's nights in Chicago we're at this fucking Serbian mob bar at 4 a.m, bro. Like just
He almost got
taking,
killed.
taking a second to soak it in. Like damn, I'm really in Chicago out here. Like just
We in this bitch.
I want to
He
experience
almost
this.
got shot.
That's what life is about, man. Have fun, man.
experiences. Like I love it. Like next year, I'm trying to go to another country besides Mexico.
Hell
like,
yeah.
I'm trying to just travel as much as I can. Like the experience is really like it makes me happy. You know,
Good,
it makes
good.
me happy, and I love it.
That's
it.
what
man.
it's all about, man.
Yeah.
for you,
So
King.
props to you, my
Thank
guy.
you, thank
Shout
you.
out to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, but we were about to talk about album of the decade.
I'm ready.
And Mario, I already know what you're gonna say, but
Nah.
start throwing some names out there. What you got,
Okay,
album
so
of the
let me kick
decade?
it off. So I think for top contenders for album of the decade, I'm trying to expand genres outside of rap, but rap. What the crazy thing is, rap is still
It's
so
the most
so-
popular genre
It's so
right now.
it's so young. It's probably like a teenager at this age, but it's still the most popular genre in the whole world, in my opinion. We have obviously the one that's been spoken about the most, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then To Pimp a Butterfly. I have Forest Hills Drive, Random Access Memories from Daft Punk. What else did I have? What else do y'all think?
Take Care needs to be in that conversation. Take Care and Good Kid in Mad City.
Good Kid, Mad City has been
Oh,
thrown in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, you got like what Adele 21.
Yeah, I said it'll be Adele 21, even Adele 23, and Bruno Mars 24K.
Taylor Swift needs a mention in there.
Yeah, Taylor
What are
Swift.
you thinking?
Damn, yo.
Some contenders.
But
to
that's
throw in there.
like going off of not even hip hop.
Solange dinner at or
A seat at the table.
yeah, there you
You
go.
know what? Thank you. for that.
I
Thank you
love
for that.
Solange, bro. I like her better
Yo,
than
I
Beyonce.
love meat dog.
You gonna grab another beer. You
Yo.
love her so much.
It's funny because I see my girl looking over at me. She know I love. Yo,
Nod of
I say this
approval.
all the time. I love Solange, and it's because of that album.
Okay.
Dude, my favorite song is Man.
Would you say that's
shit.
album of the decade?
Even Beyonce's fucking
Lemonade?
Lemonade?
No,
Yeah.
not even Lemonade. The pink one that she made. I've been drinking.
I don't know.
Lemonade shit.
Yeah, it's the Lemonade.
No,
album.
it wasn't.
No,
It's
Beyonce.
pink.
I think it's self-titled.
Yeah, I think it's
watermelon or whatever. This
Beyonce.
no. It was. I
Wait.
think it was self-titled Beyonce. It had fuck, dude. I gotta look that one.
Flawless and that one like
I
that.
have
album?
Spotify right here on my
you know what?
laptop.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. See, Beyonce, that's too pop for me. Dog.
Right,
I don't.
right.
I don't even rock with that. So even when Complex put out the album of the decade thing, and they said
It was My Beautiful Dark
yeah,
Twisted
but
Fantasy.
you know what, fam?
Yeah, it's a self-titled Beyonce.
I had to think about like what I was listening to back in 2009 or whatever when the album dropped.
Yeah.
And honestly, bro, like I can't even claim that one as it because I'm gonna be real with you. I never even heard that album all the way through.
Yeah.
I remember Monster and all that shit and all the singles that was on it. And the fucking incredible joint to me was what they call it, Devil in a Red Dress.
Oh,
or whatever
yeah.
that shit
Ah,
was.
Rick
That-
Ross
the
verse.
beat, that beat is incredible.
You like
know
Rick
what I'm saying?
Ross's verse?
Man, I'm not a Rick Ross fan. You know, I'm old school though, dog. We don't condone CEOs and law enforcement
Officer
on the
Ricky.
mic. like I'm an old nigga, so
yeah,
that's
yeah.
how we rock, and that's what it's gonna be. You know, we can't rock with that. When I was in school, the worst thing you could be was a fucking snitch. Like everybody would like try to kill you.
Yeah.
6ix9ine.
So 6ix9ine
Yeah,
not
6ix9ine
getting
could not
any album of the decade mentions.
I never even heard 6ix9ine's music, and that is 1,000.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've never even heard his
And that's
music,
not gonna
dog.
start
Like
anytime
even
soon.
before the snitch accusations, I saw the kid, and it don't resonate with me, dog. I'm really that old. Like that shit don't even resonate with
Yeah,
me.
I
So
feel
you were in a fan of the whole like SoundCloud era of the new artists with the tattoo face, color
Nah,
hair.
man. Like,
What about
like,
mumble rap, trap rap? I guess. if you will.
I like the trap rap. You know what I'm saying? Because a dude from my generation helped create those
Yeah.
from my generation created.
You
trap
know who I
rap.
think the original
T.I., dudes like that.
Yeah.
you know who I
it was
think the
T.I.
original mumble rapper from Texas is?
Who that?
Youngstar.
Oh yeah.
Never
Knocking
Pictures
pictures
on
on
your
the wall.
mom. Yeah, you know what though? Like, I jammed a lot of the Texas shit because, like I said, man, I grew up and you know, when I was in high school, bro, I was in high school when literally DJ Screw, Fat Pat, like all the shit that everybody claims
birth of it
as
all.
Texas. And like the whole that gave birth to the whole Texas style and everything. I was in high school when that shit happened. So if you think about when you in high school, you know what I'm saying? Like anything that's trendy when you in high school is like the say all tell all during that time period.
And that was before internet. So
Fam, let me tell you something. Even white girls, like you will find white girls in my age group that know the words to every UGK song, every Fat Pat song, all that shit, because you couldn't even chill with nobody that wasn't playing that shit. Like I was the eyeball because I'm so worldly, you know what I'm saying? And coming from the Midwest or whatever, you know, and up north and all that kind of shit, I listen to all kind of shit. And I mainly listen to East Coast, what people call East Coast shit.
Yeah.
Right? So imagine I'm in high school, dog. I can't even chill with a girl or nothing because every time I hop in her shit, she got
Becky playing UGK.
facts, or whoever. You know what I'm saying? It don't
where she
matter.
at?
Like I'm just saying. Like my point is that was so prevalent in Texas and giving Texas its identity that even people that you wouldn't think would jam that music or listen to it is the ones that they were connected to it too. Because it was that big. It really did mean that much.
Yeah.
And so I never knocked the Texas music because of that, even though it was kind of weird to me at first.
Very iconic.
And so different from what I was used to. And I would bring the tapes back home, screw tapes and shit like that. And my boys would be like,
Hey, what did
Take-
Andre 3K say? The South has something to
something to
say.
say. Yeah, he said that at the Social Wars. That was in 95. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the Social Wars when he said that shit.
Damn, that
Come on
shit
now,
was
bro.
crazy. They were trying to boom.
And I'm just that's the same source of words where the shit happened with Puffy and
Snoop.
yeah. That's a
That was
classic
a crazy
shit.
ass year.
Classic shit.
yeah, recently DJ Screw had his I think his death.
Yeah, anniversary.
Yeah, his death.
You know, one of the craziest memories that I still like, one of those little memories that sticks in my head that I will always remember to this day. when I was a little kid. I grew up religiously listening to Texas rap and screw and all that. I was watching. I was at my grandma's and I was watching it. They had MTV2, which I loved. I loved going to her house because of that. And they had like a commercial segment where MTV2 went around to the crowd. I forgot I think they were in Atlanta. I forgot where. They went around asking quiz questions, like a pop quiz, like, do you know so and so, or like, what's the song that so and so, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they asked the question, what is DJ Screw famous for? And everybody kept saying like, who's DJ Screw? I was so fucked up about it, dude. I was like, how do y'all not know who DJ Screw is?
You gotta understand that especially at that time, it's regional. It's regional. It's just like when I come down here and I'm like, y'all niggas don't know Cool G Rap. Y'all don't know MC Breed. Y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like back then they was, you know, that's Texas.
Yeah.
But understand that just because now in 2019, if you ask people that, they all know who it is, right?
Yeah.
But back then you had to understand that was Texas getting its stripes in the game, in the rap game. That's unique to Texas. So that's something to always actually be proud of and to stand up on. That's what I had to learn with the Texas shit, even though it wasn't the shit that I was used to. Like, I've met Bun. Devin's my homeboy. If Devin walked in here right now,
Devin the dude?
Nigga, if Devin walked in this door right now, he'd be like, Dose? That's my partner. I have a song with the dude.
What he did
like, we did a
house?
song together. Like, that's my partner. Like, straight up. I've been knowing him since I was a youngster, bro. You know what I'm saying? One of my boys that I went to high school with is a coffee brother, like in his crew.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog. I used to go to Houston and kick it with them when it shows and shit
That's
like
live.
that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like no, and I'm not just saying that like on some other shit. I'm saying like I really know Devin. Like that's my partner.
Yeah.
Straight up, you
Bet.
know. So, which is crazy for me because the music I grew up on is nothing like Devin, but just being in the music game and being in it so long and the type of people that I met and through connections, whatever, however, connected with people, he's one of the people that I connected with. He's one of the actual people in the music industry that I can actually say is like my partner.
Yeah.
Like did a song with me, all good, like straight up.
That's badass.
Honestly, we are reaching our last minute. I forgot to tell you what the last minute was. So the last minute is...
We didn't answer the question though. It's the album of the decade.
Album of the
don't have
decade.
We don't have time for
Just
it.
take care. That's it.
No, it's not.
Ain't
I'm
no
going with Solange, bro.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
She's trash. She's ass.
Nah,
Shut up, shut
I
up.
Die
can't
on
rock
that
with
hill.
that, but I'm gonna tell you
sorry,
like
Trey.
this, man. I'm gonna tell you it's either because a decade, you know what I'm saying? Like that's different from the music I was listening to coming up. But so I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it's either for me, it's either that Solange album, A Seat at the Table, or it's gonna be Kendrick Lamar, the first album.
Good Kid,
Not
Mad
the
City.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City.
Yes.
Good Kid, Mad
The
City.
Pimp Butterflies. Fucking.
That's the first album.
Fucking nuts, nah.
Good Kid, Mad City is the first album that I heard during this generation where I have a little brother. Like I said, me and Confucius Jones share a brother.
Yeah.
He's y'all age.
Yeah.
Well, he's a little younger. He's 24.
Okay.
And so he's like damn near like my son. You know what I'm saying? Like I changed it. Like I'm 14 years older than him.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So like that's when I first turned and looked at him and said, you know what? This is a dude that dropped the album in y'all's generation. That's an actual classic.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm
I
a
feel
guy.
that.
You know,
You
I'm
get
gonna go
my
with Good
head.
Kid,
The
Mad
goat.
City.
Mario 2. People of the album of the decade?
What about two people have the album of the decade?
Yeah, he said 2. Or did...
Solange.
Yeah, he
was the
said
other one.
Solange. I think it's To Pimp a Butterfly. I stand by it.
Ass.
All right.
I'll die on that hill. The album was trash. It wasn't made for me, and I respect that. But it had like no replay value. The shit was ass.
It had radio hits.
And-
It had radio
There was only
hits.
one
Wrap
good
it
song on
up.
that album.
I agree with him.
Thank you.
I do agree with him.
She was ass.
It's not ass, but it didn't have, it didn't have no replay value. I
Yes.
agree with that.
Thank you.
It had depths to it, like on all aspects.
It was very
It won a
cautious.
fucking Pulitzer Award, bro.
She was
Jesus
ass.
Christ.
Stop.
Wrap it up.
Yo, who's your? What's
And mine was Take Care.
I thought it was My
Drake-
Beautiful
Drake?
Dark Twisted
Yes.
Fantasy.
Drake is the artist of the decade, right?
I agree with
why
that.
why
He
can't
is
his
the artist
biggest
of the-
project be the album of the decade?
Because he's a
Wait.
hit maker. He's a hit maker.
You're
He's not
basing
a,
it off that? Is it
Yeah,
off the
right.
music or is it off
And
that?
she was just an amazing album front to back.
We are going to wrap it up. Sorry, we don't have enough time. Mine's is going to be Bruno Mars 24K because Bruno Mars made a lot.
I love Bruno Mars, but
We have to go into our last segment. And I totally forgot to mention this. This is something to leave our listeners off.
Positive.
Positive vibe. Whatever's happening with you, whatever you have going on.
Something positive.
Something
man.
positive. So we're gonna start with you.
Okay. Something positive I got going on for the listeners right now. If you're listening, you're in Austin, Texas, you can come and pick up that chicken and waffle pizza.
Hell yeah, brother! I am.
Please come and pick
We're gonna
that
buy
motherfucker
some
up.
this week.
Also, don't sleep on the wings.
I was about to say,
all the
y'all make
times.
wings too, right?
Lots of people say that I have some of the best chicken wings in the city.
You have a good voice. God damn. Your voice-
It's a radio ad right now.
All motherfucking whole wings, right? 5 different flavors. Come get that shit. 313-378-0487. Lock that shit in your phone.
Guys, y'all heard that? We'll put the number up.
SLICEATX. All social media platforms. The
We'll post
Slice
the logo.
ATX.
Point somewhere. We'll post the logo.
Soon to be the Slice Motown. Yerd.
Ooh, where do you want the logo? Point anywhere on the screen.
Point anywhere.
Shit. I want it there. I want it there.
Oh, you making me?
Put the logo wherever it's supposed to go, as
We're
long
gonna
as
make
people
it
can
happen.
read it. Hey, it don't even matter. Just come get the chicken and waffle pizza because you only got a month, goddamn.
Hey, we're gonna have a
post that
Christmas.
shit. We're gonna let y'all know.
We may throw a Christmas party, and I'm gonna order some pizzas. So if y'all come to the Christmas party, maybe.
Okay, so right now the commercial kitchen is located off 38 and a half Street. Okay, but here's the thing: there's no dine-in. All right, it's commercial kitchen, so this is how we doing it.
Pick up.
It's all delivery. So if you
Oh.
live in Austin, okay, not Round Rock, Pflugerville, Georgetown, Buda, none of that
512
shit.
area code.
If you live in Austin, 787, all right, I got you. We got drivers. We'll deliver whatever you want.
Bet.
Also, if you have an event coming up of any sort, bar mitzvahs, weddings, I don't give a damn what you
You
got going
discuss
on. We will come through.
pricing.
Gender reveals.
No.
I would not discuss pricing
Let's
Okay.
keep on going. We keep,
on this platform because every pricing is very particular to
Varies.
the type of event that you have going on. But
okay.
again, I will provide the number one more time. It's 313-378-0487. Holler at your boy Chef Dose.
There you go. My positive note is, like I said already, I'm grateful. We are 26 now. I've been lucky enough to have been traveling as much as I have been. Before I left to Chicago, I worked 30 days straight. So I feel entitled. I deserve that break, and everything that's going on this year, I deserve it. I want it. I work for it. So I'm happy.
You
I'm
did.
content.
you do. You do.
Good
Honestly,
shit.
you do.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
My
So-
positive note is that hopefully next week Troy's gonna be healthy and I never gotta do the intro ever again.
You did
that's
good
all I have to
once.
say.
You did good once.
That's all I gotta say.
All right. So, my positive note is thank you, Chef Dose, for being a guest on our show. Sorry that was sick. And, dude, I sound cringy as fuck. I went to Chicago. I got my fucking vacation in. It was fucking. I want to live in the North. I'm not going to lie. I love Austin, but I feel like my home will be in New York. And hopefully that will happen in the next couple of years.
Hey, we'll be to Detroit soon too, so we'll
Hell
hit
yeah,
you
you guys
over
are
right
welcome to come up anytime, all of y'all.
Bet.
And I just want to say to you, man, like you don't gotta tell me, you're sorry for being sick, man. You just gotta be sorry for being a Patriots fan.
there. I love
Hey,
it.
cheers to that, brother.
Cheers.
All right. I don't know that.
I don't
Sorry.
know if that's perfect. Episode 14. I'm back on it. Let's get it. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Mark.
I'm Troy.
I'm Mario from the South Side.
And I'm Chef Doe.
And we
Thank
out.
you for watching.
Listening.
I'm that nigga that's so white till Lamar Odom. I won't sip it unless codeine up in my soda. I got a shipment coming in straight from Minnesota. I got a bitch selling pussy from North to South Dakota. I catch a body, then I lay low in Arizona. I keep that heat on me like a fucking toaster. That bitch wanna ride my dick like a roller coaster. I'm tryna bust a nut real quick, she want me to go slower. I'm one deep when I hit my licks, I'm a fucking loner. I'm so high, I forgot how I feel to be sober. I'm so slime, should've been a python or a cobra. I ain't so good, I'm hitting everything above your shoulders. Ride through my hood, I'm having bullets rain on your Toyota. I played the cards I was dealt, just like poker. These niggas remind me of clowns, just like jokers. I want all the smoke, I'm a chain smoker.